Alright, I'm going to do a little video here of the new hay rake, the Kuhn speed rake, SR110. If I can get here I can get a full view of it, but there it is. We picked this up last week and we've had it in the field about 3 days now. See the hitch there. Seems to be okay. I've had one minor little complaint with it, and I'm not going to complain too much until we get it in the field again and try this out. I actually called Kuhn today and asked him about a little issue I'll show you here in a second, but they have clarified that. Hopefully, I thought it was a design flaw, but maybe it's not. Maybe it was just me not taking time to read the manual. However, I did go through it twice and I didn't see what it was talking about. But anyway, there it is. It's a 10-wheel rake, 5 wheels on each side. I don't have it here. I got it unhooked from the tractor. I don't have it here where I can fold it out. But anyhow, it's got 15-inch wheels on it. It's got a nice big. They use pretty thick metal here on these pivot points, and a big cast end cap here. The other brake I was looking at was a Durabuilt. Didn't look as heavy duty built to me, although the Durabuilt had like this center wheel here. The rake wheels on it all had their own arm and had their own pivot and a spring. So they each had their own independent suspension, where this one's the front. Front and the backs are on the traditional arms that you see on a lot of wheel rakes, and the middle one is actually it's on here solid. It's bolted. It don't pivot, but it comes out when it's folded down about centered with the wheel here, so it should track the ground with the rake in uneven terrain. But anyway, so far it rakes pretty good. We've had a little issue with the ground pressure, and get back here and show you this little issue I've had with it here. As you can see, the cylinder here has a slot to float, and it's loose right now in the up position. When it's up, it actually rests against this pad right here on each side, and these cylinders go loose. And the thing was when you let the rake down, now this, well, let me show you, the spring here is what's supposed to control your ground force or tension there, or how much pressure is on the ground with the rake teeth. And as you can see, there's this piece that sticks out here, and it actually comes in contact with this right here when it comes down and pushes against that. So that actually kind of pushes up on the wing of the rake here. And what was happening was, when you let the cylinder all the way out, you would think it would float here in this hole, which would give you your ability to go over rough terrain. Well, it was bottoming out on the back side of this slot, thus putting full pressure against this spring, and therefore rendering this pretty much useless. So I couldn't quite figure out what to do there. This spring is to spec. I think it's 10.5 inches from each end of the spring with it folded up is where they have a starting point on your ground tension there. But anyway, I didn't see it in the manual. I tried to look through here several times to figure out. I thought maybe you could adjust the cylinder here. Usually these are threaded, but it's got a roll pin through it, so you can't do nothing with it. Other side's built the same way. But anywho, when I called Kuhn today, they informed me that you're supposed to leave your hydraulic lever in the float position when you rake. Therefore, there's no pressure on the hydraulic cylinder. Therefore, this guy takes charge and keeps the weight off of the ground on the rake teeth. So we haven't been doing that. It was too much force on the ground, so while a guy had raking, I told him to, and what little I raked with it, to, when you let it down, ease back up on the cylinder enough to let it float in this slot. So that worked for the time being. I just haven't ever used a rake that would require you to run the hydraulic lever in the float position on the tractor during normal raking. But anyway, that's how it worked out. So we'll see how it works next time I got hay on the ground. This bar here goes from each side. You can't see that sign. There's a point there, and there's a point here. There's how you put it in it's in transport mode right now. As you can see, there's an R and then a right plus left. In normal raking, you would take this hole here and put it in this right plus left. If you just want one side of the rake, you put it in the right, and it only let down one side, and then it transports up here, and it won't let either one come down. As far as adjusting your windrow width, it's a couple of things here. As you can see, here's an adjustment here, and you've got some more holes in this, and this thing's actually set up where you can take the jack there, and there's a place right here you can pin the jack just like you would do on this thing. And then this right here is made where you can either push or pull with the jack. So you pull that pin out and you can use the jack to push this thing in and out. So that can give you a greater raking width or narrower raking width from the ends of the rake. Okay, and then the next adjustments you have are these big turnbow, whatever you call these here. But you've got different pinholes here you can set, and then of course you can loosen these screws. It's got a little thing here to adjust it. And then there's a gauge here that you can use as a reference point on setting when you're using this. So this right here will actually determine your windrow width in the back when it's let down. But anyway, that's what those are for. So it's pretty simple. I mean, in the field, just a minute or two, and you can adjust your windrow width. The raking width is probably something you don't change as often, but pretty well get it set right there. But yeah, we've done adjusted it. We were doing some square bales, and windrow was a little bit wider than the baler, so we just moved this a couple of rounds, pulled it in, it started baling better. So that's how that works. That's pretty much it. You got adjustable hitch there. You got 3 positions you can move the hitch up and down. It does have the ability to add a kicker wheel, which is a field installable unit. It bolts pretty much in those brackets right there, and if you look up under here, there's brackets for hydraulic cylinder, and you see those sliding slots again, just like they've got right here. Anyway, they told me that was about a $600 option that you could purchase after the fact, but we've never had one with it, so for right now I'm not going to get it. But anyway, everything's greasable. All the rake wheels, I don't know if I can find one here, have got grease alamites on them. The wheels are greasable, I think. Of course, all the pivot points here are greasable. It's built real nice. I've been eyeballing these things for a year or two, and anyway, went ahead and decided to get one. But only time will tell. We haven't had it in our really rough ground yet, so we shall see. I may update you on it later, but there she is. Like the little sticker here on the tongue. Invest in quality. Anyway, we'll see ya. Bye.